So we see now actually talking to Shun Sui, who actually telling her his goodbyes, knowing that the letter say that he has now been appointed to head captain after Yamamoto has died, in which he's talking to the council about what's going to happen next. Meanwhile, at the royal palace, we see Ichigo is actually training on the hot springs while getting his injuries treated by Tenjiro, knowing of how he will allow him to get his injuries taken care of. Also joining him is Renji, who is actually have been recovered from his own injuries and actually joins Ichigo on the next train where he actually going to be with Renji on this one, where we knew that we see Gon using a new body as a cushion, knowing that he haven't done much despite the fact that he is a pervert. But we see them meeting up with Haki Funi, who's actually cooks food for them, and which they actually enjoyed, which they actually knew how they are actually have gotten their injuries, knowing of how they're trying to recover from their previous battle, in which they have another argument of how they're actually going to see who can eat more to regain their strength. That is when Haki Funi, who actually appeared, but this time as a beautiful woman who used her spiritual pressure to cook the food, which she has lost weight because of that. And she is also known as the Grain King, by which we see how they were informed by her that the next training place is actually Osu, who's known as the man who creates Sanpatos, knowing of how Ichigo is going to get his built. Meanwhile, we see how Shunsui, who actually talking to the council about having two lieutenants, in which of the fact that they are being informed that Kenpachi is getting a training to work on his Jutsu, which we knew how he is actually going to use it on his battle. But the only person who can train him is Unohara, who is also known as the first Kenpachi and also the original member of the 13 Court Guard, knowing of how he is going to train by her, knowing of how she is overpower her after revealing her scar on her chest, knowing of how he gave it to her, which we knew how she is battling him, which she got the upper hand by stabbing Kenpachi, in which she said that she's trying to make amends her sin after he admires her as a child. So we see the ability of Hiki Funi as the Grain King, but we see how Shun Sui became the head captain, replacing Yamamoto, by which we see how Kenpachi will learn a new fighting style from battling Unohara, but knowing of how she was the original Kenpachi. But we're going to see what's going to happen during the battle of Unohara versus Kenpachi on the next episode next weekend. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the episode. You guys can also follow my Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page and Twitch. Until then, this is Anime Guy right here saying sign out. Laters and be safe.